Are you worried about public speaking? Are you even terrified when you think about it? If so, I got you. I'm going to share 5 foolproof tips to help you become a dynamic speaker, a calm, a confident speaker. I'm Dana James Mwunge. I'm an award-winning entrepreneur, branding and web consultant, and designer. And I'm here to show you how to take bold moves in your business. First things first, don't forget to hit the like button on this video, hit that notification bell so that you get more notifications about my videos, and subscribe because I'm going to be around for a while. Okay, so you've been invited to speak at a major event, a conference, or a workshop, or maybe you have been asked to create a custom workshop for an audience. If this is one of your first couple of times doing this, I know that feeling too. Even after countless times, I still get that nervous feeling. But I want to share a few things that I've learned to do along the way. So tip number 1, in anything that you do that's new, there's going to be some fear surrounding that thing that you've got to do. But for the most part, gaining knowledge will obliterate a lot of fear. Some of the fear we carry is unnecessary. So here's what I mean by that. Gain as much knowledge as you can about your audience before the event. So here's the first thing you're going to do. You get invited to speak at a speaking engagement, or you get invited to teach a workshop. You're going to get with the event producers or the organizers of the conference. And what you're going to do is you're going to have a little virtual meeting with them and ask them as many questions as you can about the audience. So let's say you're talking to college students. You're going to find out if they are upperclassmen or if they're just starting out like freshmen and sophomores. You're going to find out if they've had internships or whatever kind of specific information you need to really make sure that you are taking your talk or your workshop and really making it relevant to your audience. Even if you have a set topic already, you still want to get a feel of who that audience is before you step up in there. So let me discuss a couple of ways that you can get to know your audience before you hit the stage. Let's say that you're at a 3-day conference or something like that. Don't just go up on the stage and give your speech. Go to a couple of sessions. Go to the conference after parties, the happy hours and things like that, and start talking to the attendees and get a feel for their emotions and how they're feeling going through the conference. Sit in on the other sessions and just get a feel. Is the room tense? Are the attendees kind of quiet or whatever it is, and you figure out how to break that tension. That's one thing I did when I got invited to speak at a national conference. It was a hit. Now this one here, this tip on the number 1, okay, is a money maker for you. Let's say that you've been invited to teach a custom workshop. With the permission of the event organizers, this is what you're going to do. You're going to create a quick questionnaire to ask your students quick questions about where they are in their journey, a specific journey regarding the topic that you're going to teach, so that you know who is in the room. So for instance, if I'm teaching, do you have a resume? What is the hardest part about design school? Have you chosen a specialization in your field? I'm going to ask specific questions. Do you have access to tech at home so that you can do your work at home? Different things like that. So I know exactly who I'm talking to. And so I asked for permission from the event coordinator, say, hey, I want to send this link to my workshop attendees beforehand so I know who I'm talking to when I enter the room. So that's always, that one right there will in a hurry help you to become known as a dynamic speaker and a workshop facilitator. And it shows that you really do care about the particular audience you are talking to, even if you already have a set of speaking topics and workshop topics. It shows that you're willing to go the extra mile to customize the material that you already have. Number 2, this is important. You need to know if the type of speech that the event organizers want you to deliver, do they want your speech to be more motivational or do they want it to be more technical? A lot of times organization may tell you this type of thing up front, but if they don't, just make sure you ask. Okay? So think about college, right? The undergrad courses or the more basic courses are like subject 101. And then you have like the higher level classes where you're learning more technical things, and those might be called 201 or 301 or whatever. So it goes up in number the more technical the material is. I want you to think about speaking in that way. Do they want you to keep your topic at a 101 level where you're talking about mostly motivation? Or do they want you to step it up and go to 201 and actually give some how-to tips? And sometimes it may be a combination of both. So you definitely want to know where to fall within the way that you're talking at your event. Number 3, no matter what you are teaching, no matter what you're speaking about, whether you are doing a more motivational speech or a technical speech, use your own personal brand story as the springboard for whatever you are going to talk about. After college, I learned web design. I became a self-taught web designer, and I entered the web design industry and competing against millions of other designers. What was the lesson I had to learn in that? Confidence. Not just learn how to do web design, but learn how to offer it and stand in my place in that industry with confidence. So I could take my same life story and make it about confidence. Or I can take my same life story and talk about how I had to pivot like many of us had to at the thick of the COVID pandemic. So use your life. Nobody can beat you telling your life story. Whether you're giving a motivational talk or a technical talk, you can use a part of your life to segue into what your topic is. One of the worst things you can do if you've been invited to speak at an event is try to do anything other than what's authentic to you. Whether you're a keynote speaker or one of the main stage speakers, your story will always win. Your story is always a winning topic. Number 4, be warm and relatable. Number 4, be warm and relatable. Now, what I'm about to tell you is something that really aligns with the way I show up in the world and the way I choose to work. But if this resonates with you, you may want to try this too. This is what I believe as a speaker and a teacher. I don't get off on people coming away from something I said like, oh, she's so smart, she's so great. I know that I have reached my definition of success when I make a person say, oh my gosh, Dana made me feel like I'm smart, like I can do what she's saying. When I'm done with the talk, instead of attendees saying, okay, her story is incredible, but it's a little bit, what she's doing seems a little untouchable or unreachable for me. I want you to look at my story and say, you know what? If I keep going in about 2 years or so, I'm going to have what it is that I'm working for. You want to be relatable. You want to be relatable. You want to be vulnerable. You don't want to do a keynote speech and the information that you're giving up there is something that could have been found out about you online. Tell stories, tell good stories. I want you to think about something. Think about it from the attendees' point of view. You have attendees that have paid thousands of dollars, have taken off work and traveled across the country, traveled across the state or whatever to be inspired and motivated at a conference. So give them something that they can use as soon as they go back home. And that's what I mean when I say be warm and relatable. Tip number 5 is very simple and you've probably heard it before, but I want to show you how it actually works. Speak slowly. When you speak slowly, you sound more confident. When you speak slowly, you sound more powerful. You sound more sure of yourself. So just imagine me blowing through this speaking. See that? You see how I messed up? So just imagine me blowing through this video and trying to get done under a certain amount of time and just trying to talk fast and just as fast as possible. Or talking and pausing when the heck I want. Look at that. I'm a boss. Was my video helpful? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching.